and we finally figured it out. And I think it's the way that all electric cars in the future will ultimately be made. It's the right way to do things. So it starts with having a single piece casting, or a single piece casting for the front body and the rear body. And in order to do this, we commissioned the largest casting machine that has ever been made, and it's currently working just over the road at our Fremont plant. We have it's pretty sweet. Making the currently making the entire rear section of the car as a single piece, high pressure die cast aluminum. And in order to do this, we actually had to develop our own alloy because we wanted a high strength casting alloy that did not require coatings or heat treatment. This is a big deal for castings, especially with a large casting. If you heat treat it afterwards, it tends to deform. It kind of
We eventually worked things out, and I believe this is the final design for all electric vehicles in the future. It's the proper course of action. For the front and rear bodies, it begins with the single piece casting. In order to do this, we put into service the biggest casting machine ever created, which is already in operation at our Fremont facility just across the street. The entire rear portion of the automobile is made of single-piece, high-pressure die-cast aluminum, which is really cool. Since we needed a high-strength casting alloy that didn't require coatings or heat treatment, we actually had to create our own alloy in order to accomplish this. For castings, particularly large ones, this is a significant issue. Large castings have a tendency to distort if they are heat-treated afterwards. One of the few automakers outside of China that has successfully produced electric automobiles is Tesla, which is renowned for its state-of-the-art technology and effective manufacturing methods. With an emphasis on Tesla's innovative use of megacasting, also known as gigacasting, a technique that has the potential to completely transform the way electric vehicles are made, this outstanding accomplishment coincides with the growing demand for less expensive EVs around the world. By lowering the amount of components required for assembly, this method seeks to make EVs lighter, less expensive, and easier to use. When Tesla first unveiled these massive castings, many questioned the strategy and characterized the tech titan as an amateur in the field of conventional auto manufacturing. But Tesla swiftly proved the effectiveness of their strategies, converting mistrust into broad industry acceptance. We ask that you support our channel before we go into further depth about this approach. Please click the like and subscribe buttons to support our further expansion. Let's continue. Welcome to Tesla Stock News. In order to remain competitive, other big manufacturers are now doing the same and making significant investments in comparable technologies. Ford, one of Tesla's biggest rivals, reportedly lost $130,000 on each EV sold in the first quarter of this year, underscoring the financial difficulties that other companies encounter when attempting to switch to more cost-effective production techniques. Looking at the bigger picture, it's clear that Tesla's tactics are causing a change in the automotive sector as a whole, forcing others to quickly develop and adjust. Die casting, a necessary component of these production processes, is predicted to develop significantly in the global market, rising by 70% to reach $126 billion by 2032. With Tesla at the forefront of megacasting technology, which has the ability to drastically change the way cars are built, the automotive industry is currently undergoing a revolution. Tesla continues to promote this technique, called gigacasting, which streamlines the production process and vehicle design by using high-pressure molds to form enormous integral car components from molten aluminum. Although gigacasting has several advantages, such as reduced vehicle weight and increased CO2 efficiency, experts note that there are drawbacks to the method. Its use may be restricted to mass-market vehicles rather than low-volume models due to high startup costs, and the requirement for large production volumes to justify the costly gear. However, investing in gigacasting technology could be game-changing for businesses that reach these production levels, providing significant financial returns and a competitive advantage. By replacing numerous tiny pieces with a single massive cast, Tesla's innovative use of this technology in models like the Model Y and Model 3 has simplified assembly and reduced weight. Although this novel strategy was initially viewed with suspicion, Tesla has effectively decreased complexity and costs in the production of vehicles, demonstrating its worth. This change is a result of both technological advancements and a cultural revolution in the automotive sector. Due to bureaucratic inertia and a reluctance to deviate from established processes, traditional automakers have been sluggish to adopt such innovative technologies. But now that Tesla is still appending the industry, other businesses must reconsider their own manufacturing plans or risk falling behind. More broadly, gigacasting is a test of the automobile industry's capacity for innovation and adaptation as the market changes, not just a technical breakthrough. It is yet unclear if other firms will adopt these improvements or stick to antiquated practices and ways of thinking. With Tesla already establishing a high standard for others to follow, the solution has the potential to completely alter the car production industry. By making it possible to create enormous automobile parts from molten aluminum, gigacasting, a revolutionary manufacturing technique that Tesla notably uses, is revolutionizing the automotive industry. Because it drastically lowers the vehicle's total weight, this method is especially advantageous for electric cars, EVs, which are equipped with large battery packs. Aluminum has long been utilized by automakers to improve fuel efficiency, especially in gasoline-powered vehicles. For instance, by using an aluminum body, Ford was able to lower the weight of its F-150 by 15%. But aluminum is more expensive than steel. This cost difference is lessened by gigacasting, which makes parts around 30% less expensive than those made of stamped aluminum, but still about 50% more expensive than those manufactured of stamped steel. The advantages of lighter weight and fewer parts outweigh the greater costs, hence Tesla is justified in making this investment. Together with battery upgrades, Tesla's gigacasting innovations have resulted in a 10% weight reduction and a 14% range gain while utilizing 370 fewer parts. The majority of automakers acknowledge that they are still in the early phases of their intentions to implement megacasting technology. This sluggish pace illustrates the industry's aversion to quick innovation and reflects the bureaucratic nature of traditional automakers. For example, a large amount of Volvo's $1 billion investment in a new plant in Sweden has been dedicated to developing megacasting capabilities. The business understands that even while the initial outlay is high, the long-term advantages, like more freedom in product upgrades and enhancements over the course of a vehicle's life cycle, are priceless. Like Henry Ford did with the assembly line, Tesla wants to transform the auto industry with its approach to car manufacture. Tesla begins by attaching components to huge gigacastings, which are then painted and assembled in a modular fashion. According to Tesla, this approach not only makes assembly easier, but also drastically lowers the manufacturing footprint. With the installation of gigapresses at its $1 billion plant in Tanda, Sweden, and a new facility in Slovakia, Volvo has embraced this innovation and demonstrated a strong commitment to producing all EVs. The fact that major automakers, including Ford, General Motors, Toyota, Hyundai, and Nissan, are investigating this technology further highlights its expanding industry-wide impact. Tesla faced claims that suggested a halt or maybe a reversal of plans to cast the underbody of its next-generation vehicle in one piece, despite the enthusiastic adoption. In order to increase output to roughly 3 million vehicles annually without the need for additional facilities, Tesla explained during its first quarter results call that new models would integrate into current production lines while utilizing aspects of the next-generation platform. This strategy demonstrates Tesla's adaptability and dedication to increasing production efficiency with little financial outlay. Tesla's shift toward autonomy, exemplified by the success of full self-driving FSD version 12, allays worries about the company's trajectory and is consistent with its production changes. It is believed that combining autonomous technology with cutting-edge manufacturing processes like gigacasting is a calculated step to maximize vehicle usefulness and production. However, gigacasting is not without its difficulties. According to research, very large castings may weigh more than sheet metal ones and may lead to higher scrap rates. Tesla addresses this problem by stressing that aluminum is recyclable enabling used parts to be remelted and used again, reducing waste and promoting sustainability. The repairability of cars with massive cast parts becomes even more complicated. High-end automakers like Volkswagen and BMW have voiced concerns about whether or not customers will accept repairs involving large cast components. However, by closely coordinating its design and collision repair teams, Tesla is taking the initiative to address these issues. Tesla has made significant progress in lowering the cost and speed of auto maintenance. Design advancements make it simpler and quicker to replace broken parts, and Tesla's integration of insurance and maintenance services is advantageous. Volvo is implementing gigacasting in a methodical, incremental fashion, first incorporating large aluminum cast components into its cars, like the EX90, and then moving on to more extensive uses, such as the back seat. This methodical strategy reduces risks and optimizes the process by gradually learning and adapting. In contrast, million units, Tesla is still at the forefront of